welcome to my Project Pan update. This is my first Project Pan update on camera. Welcome to my channel. I'm Maria. So I have been running Project Pan in the background since 31st of December 2018. I chose a couple of products. They're all my go-to day-to-day products. It's just I have set my mind to upgrade all my products. So I want to use everything up and then replace it with the best product out there. I mean, I know that the best is relatively up to the person itself. It doesn't have to be always the most expensive one, but I think what works for you. I do not have a massive collection of makeup, and I thought to myself, if I don't have a massive collection of makeup, why not have the best out of every category? Yeah, let's start this. How I manage my Project Pan is I have downloaded that spreadsheet that Beauty News is posted when they introduced the TEAMPROJECTPAN. I have added all my products in there. I am very thorough. Every month I would go in and check at the end of the month. Some of them are really frustrating because I can't see any progress except for one product. So let's just dive in, and I will just go from top to bottom in my spreadsheet and explain what I think about it and why it's frustrating and why it's not. And I do have already decluttered a couple of products because they were either empty or I just didn't like it. But I will blend in the pictures here, what's happening. Let's get started. So my first product on my list is the NARS Sheer Glow foundation. I bought it last year in April or June. I bought it last year. I used it quite a lot. It's apparently the best for dry skin. I have used it up. I used it up on 5th of January. I got a good use out of it. I just couldn't pump it anymore, and it was just too hard to, you know, dab it out of the bottle. There was like literally just a little bit left on the bottom. The foundation is good. I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with it, but I do not believe it's the foundation's fault. I think it's just my skin. My skin is very dry, very patchy. I have dry spots on here and on here, and foundation just clings to it. And I've noticed this with other foundations as well. So it's not the foundation, it's me. I have upgraded my skin routine since December. I am using a very strict regime. I also bought the Clarisonic Mia Fit, and fingers crossed, but I have had no dry patches for 1.5 months. And yeah, let's see how that goes. The next item is my Loreal Tru Match. Still have it. This is the mark on where I introduced it. What I'm doing with it is actually basically I weigh it, because sometimes you can't see, it settles down, but it's really hard to see. But I must admit, I haven't used it. I think I used it once or twice since I introduced it. And I tell you in a second why. Anyway, I haven't used it, so I can't really say that, oh, you know, I don't see any progress because I haven't used it. Moving on to my Chanel CC cream. The Chanel CC cream, I bought it in Germany in October when I traveled to Europe. I've used it, I like it. It's a very dewy finish. The skin, the shade is just a tad darker, but it doesn't matter because I don't use so much of it. It blends out nicely and it leaves you like this nice dewy finish. Unfortunately, I can't see the progress on this one because it's like very tight white. I tried to like shine through with a flashlight, but it just doesn't work. When I introduced it in December, it was at 52 grams. I used it a couple of times. I used it on my birthday the other day, and we're down to 46. And here as well, I haven't seen any progress because last update was also 46 grams because I haven't used it. And the reason why I haven't used it is because my new holy grail. I went to a Priceline, basically a drugstore in here, and bought it. I bought the shade 201, which is a bit too light. I bought it in, I think it was in January. I would need to check when I bought it. But here, I marked it here where I'm at, but I think I'm actually already down. I use this every day. It has basically replaced my Tru Match and my Chanel. The finish is similar to the Chanel. It's a bit less dewy than the Chanel, but it's just amazing. It's like good for dry skin. It's hydrating. It doesn't leave any patches. Now that I've got rid of my dry patches anyway, it's the best foundation. And I do not know if I will go back to any of my other foundations, but also I feel like they're phasing this out in Australia, so we'll need to see if they really phase it out, and I'll have to find another holy grail. It's just that I just started it. Anyway, if they don't have this anymore, I will probably go back and use up my Chanel, and once my Chanel is used up, I will go back to Tru Match. That was a long rant about foundations. Moving on to my Tarte Shape Tape. I bought this also only in December. I've marked it where I started. This is also really hard to see where it's at. All my products stand upright, so they actually have the time to settle. But this packaging and the concealer is very thick, so you can't really see where you're at. So I do weigh it. I introduced it at 33 grams. My first update in January was 31 grams, so I used 2 grams of it. And then when I did my second update, it was at 29 grams. So I roughly use 2 grams a month of this Shape Tape, so you can do the maths and how long it will take me. I use it as an eye primer and I use it as a concealer. It was what it's made for, so 2 grams a month. I think it's reasonable. The next item I have on my list is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I have decluttered that on the 14th of January. I bought it in September last year. I was using it religiously every day because we didn't have Tarte Shape Tape in Australia. Well, at least not in the shops. I introduced it in December, and I used over half of it. So when I introduced it, it was 12 grams. And I decluttered it on the 14th of January because it started smelling. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to use up the Maybelline and then move on to my Tarte Shape Tape. But it started smelling and it was really weird. And when I posted it on Instagram, people actually said to me, yeah, we've noticed as well that it starts smelling after like a certain amount of time. So yeah, I throw it out. I don't want to risk it. It goes under the eyes. You don't want to risk that. Moving on to my MAC Mineralise Skin Finish. This is my ultimate powder. I've tried the Rimmel Matte, I've tried other powders. I haven't tried loose powders yet, but I will probably move on to loose powders after I use this up. This is my holy grail. I'm using this for years, even when I lived back in the days in Germany. It's just the perfect shade for me. If you have a bit of a light foundation, then you can always darken it with this one. Like, it gives you like a very nice finish, and you can use that as a foundation replacement if you don't want to use foundation. It's just a good coverage. You know, it's a baked product, so it would usually be like a bit bulked. You can see I've used a bit of it. I'll blend in a picture on where I am at with it. Let me see. I did weigh it. I introduced it on 74 grams. This first update was 72 grams. And then when I weighed the other day, it was back to 74. what the hell, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just need to start taking pictures and compare. Next one is my Matte Fix Plus. Love this product. People rave about the smell. I don't find it particularly nice. I don't know. I like this All Nighter Urban Decay smell much better. But that's just preference, I guess. So when I introduced it, I used a bit over a quarter, not yet half. My first update, I used half, and my third update or second update, I am here. But because I did that already on the 3rd of March, obviously I have used it since. I use it every day except on no makeup days. You can see I'm already down here. I guess I will go through this very, very fast. Then the product that I see most progress on is my NARS Olympia Contour. As I said in one of my other videos, this thing doesn't have any name. I don't know. I bought it because I wanted to start contouring. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I'm trying to replace all products with products that I like best and work best for me. So I bought a replacement for this one already. It's the Hourglass Ambient Bronze. However, I want to use this up before I actually dive into my Hourglass Ambient Bronze. I'll put a picture as a comparison in here, but you can see I have hit pan. I have hit pan on this, I think already in September. I bought it in April. I hit pan in September. I use it every day, and this is how far I got. I don't think it will take me any longer. I think it will take me another 2 months, and then this will be gone. The white side has a good, nice dip. I don't know if you can see it. I do not use the light side as much. Maybe it's sometimes to set my under eyes, but it's too dry. So yeah, I'm really happy with this progress, to be honest. Next is, okay, I'm going to talk about this product because I have it in a couple of categories. So for blush, I have the Urban Decay Backtalk Face and Eye Palette, where it comes with 2 blushes and 2 highlighters, even though this doesn't really show up on my skin tone. And then you have also 3, 6, 8 shades. So I have this in the category blush and eyeshadow. So blush, I'm gonna tell you, I've used this very religiously, this and this together, like one dab here, one dab here. It's very pigmented. You have to be very careful in how much you use of it. I dipped my finger in here the other day when I was doing my makeup. The highlighter has a nice dip in it. But also the highlighter has been replaced with another product, which I will talk to you in a second. Yeah, there's not much progress on this one because I have other products that I want to use before I use this. And also the pinky shades, I like rather to use them in winter because it looks so fresh and like you have like rosy cheeks when it's like cold outside. And then on the eyeshadows, I do use them every now and then. I do pretty much eyeshadow 5 out of 7 days, 6 out of 7 days sometimes even. These 2 have a really nice dip in it because I do use them. I use them usually all over the lid. Obviously the sheets, the lighter shade as well. Backtalk has also like a little dip, but not as much. I use that usually in the sheet, in the crease. These 2 shades, in my video where I did this look, I actually talk about the shades just a little bit because they come across patchy on the eye. Like you put it on, like you put it all over the lid, but there would be areas on your eye where it just doesn't stick and it goes on really patchy. These 2 shades I don't really use that much. I use maybe the WTF as a bit of to deepen up Backtalk, and that's it. I use it not as much as when I introduced it. It was 233 grams, a dip in the peach blush, which is this one. Also lately I've started using the double take shade as a eyeshadow because it looks, I love this color when you put it all over the lid. It's just really beautiful. It just flatters my eyes a lot. Moving on to the next product. So why I'm not using the blushes in this one is because I actually want to pan my MAC Gingerly. It's not impossible. I have panned 2 of these already. It has a bit of a dip. You probably won't be able to see it, and I can't even put a picture on it. When I introduced it, it was 35 grams. The last 2 updates was 34, so it doesn't look, you don't use so much blush. We have learned from other people doing Project Pan that blushes are really hard to pan. I am quite confident I will be able to pan it, probably not this year, but I will be able to pan it because I panned already 2 of these blushes. Highlighters. So as I told you in this one, the highlighter has a dip. I used it religiously every day after I bought the palette. However, I also mixed it up with my Mineralise, which also hit pan. I think I hit pan also in September on this one. I bought this one a couple of years ago, so it's a bit old, at least 3 years ago. I used it religiously every day. I hit pan on this in September, and then it started just breaking off. And you know, breaking. I can post a picture and what it looked like when I introduced it. Did I weigh it? Yes, I weighed it. It's 52 grams when I introduced it, 51 grams when I first did the check-in. I did not weigh it last time because I literally haven't used it. And the reason why I haven't used this nor the Backtalk highlighter is because I got my Becca and her Teacher Schmidt Berlin Gold Glow. This is not in my Project Pan, but I use it every day because I do love this highlighter a lot. It already has a dip. You already can't see the imprint. When this is finished, I might go back to my Mary Lou Luminizer. We shall see. I don't know. That is highlighter and blush. That's the face products. Moving on to eyes. MAC Backtrack Pro Longwear Fluid Liner. I bought this one in September as well. I do love gel liners. I have a really nice dip in it. You might not be able to see it, but it's a really nice dip, and I'm working on this every day. It just glides on. It doesn't smear. It stays on all day. I used it every day when I traveled in Europe, so I am very confident I will use this up before it dries out. When I introduced it, it was 43 grams. Then it dropped down to 42. And I don't know why I said same, barely used, because I actually use it. I must have done a wrong copy and paste here. But the same happened as with all the other products. It just, the weight was the same. It was back to 43 as my start weight. I need a new scale. So then my Bare Study Pro Longwear Paint Pot. I accidentally bought that in the wrong color. I thought this will be a matte shade to use as an eye primer, but obviously I didn't read properly, and Bare Study is actually a shimmery shade. I do use it as an eye primer every now and then when I use shimmery shades on my lids, but I do prefer the Tarte Shape Tape. There is a small dip in it, but I feel like you can use it up quite a lot and quite easy because you dig your finger and you then smear it all over your eye. 54 grams, first update, 55 grams, second update. Wow. So yeah, I might have used it like 3-4 times in the last 3 months. Eyeshadow. As we spoke about the Backtalk palette, I already told you about the shades. The other eyeshadow palette that I have in my project pan is the Too Faced Natural Eyes. I do use it every now and then, but I think in my last video I said that since I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette, I have ditched this one a little bit. We have Pan in Heaven. If I would be using this every day, we would be hitting Pan in Nudie. There's a really thick dip in here, as well as in Cashmere Bunny and Push Up. As I mentioned in my other video, this just doesn't perform as nice. I bought this also over 3 years ago. It just needs to go. I think, I don't know why I hold on to it. I could just theoretically throw it out, but I don't have the heart to do it. And I do use it every now and then, so it's a good palette, to be honest. Rimmel Coke Gel, soft Coke Gel eyeliner from Rimmel. I have a little book where I mark things. I will post a picture below where I am at with this one. So I have this little booklet here. Sorry, it says in German. So this is where I started. This was my first update. This is my second update. Oh, I haven't done a third update. Hang on a second. I think there was like no update. That's why there's no... Yeah. If I put this on, it looks exactly like the first update. Like nothing changed, because I use this. I do use it almost every day, but you use such a small amount, so no update here. Do you get my frustration now when you do your updates and literally nothing happens? It's like, oh. Benefit Goof Proof. Ah, damn it, I brought it away. I'll put in a picture, but I feel like with the Goof Proof I do see a nice change. So if you look at this, introduction was here. This is basically the usable product that you can use. The introduction was here. I do see like a 2mm change every month. So I'm actually quite happy with the progress, but I use it every day. It's a good product. There's like nothing to say about it. Lipstick. Moving on to lipstick. Urban Decay Backtalk lipstick. It has a good use out of it. I have it also on here, as you can see. So this is the bullet, this is the lipstick, this is the usable area. As you can see, it is progressing, it's going. Oh. This is where I introduced it. I used it literally every day in January. On the 28th of January I used this much, but I have started using my red lipstick as well, so that's why this one isn't moving as fast anymore. But I do use it every day, literally every day. You can see there is a good dip. We're almost down to the logo. Next one is the NARS Velvet Matte Lip Pencil in Cruella. I have this lipstick for so long, I think I need to throw it out. I have introduced it on, same in December, 8 grams. It was weighing when I introduced it. When you put it on, you can see that it is happening, it is moving slowly. I do try to use red lipsticks on Fridays. I don't know why. Friday is like the red lipstick day. However, lately I've been even using it another day. So I do rotate these two. Perfume. So this is another thing that frustrates me a lot. I bought this last year around my birthday, so around the same time as now, March or April. And I have been using it a lot. So when I introduced it, you can see where the line is. The second line is actually not the first update. It's actually the second update that I did in March, 2 weeks ago. This is how far I got. and I use it every day, and I use 3 to 4 spritzes of it every single day. I do have another 2 perfumes, but I only use it on special occasions. I use this literally exclusively, but it's not moving anywhere. My best friend gave me another perfume for my birthday, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably rotate that one and this one, but then I will see even less progress on this one, so I'm a bit frustrated with this. I really don't know how people do it. Moving on to skincare, I have my deodorant. So when I introduced it, it was here. I bought it for traveling. You know how you can't use the spray, you can't take the spray deodorants on the plane, so I bought this one just in case. So I used pretty much a lot. It went really fast. This is when I introduced it. This is my first update. This is my second update. As you can see, I use a lot. I use it every day, obviously. But it's like literally so little left. I thought of throwing it out, but I was like, nah, I want to really use it up. So I store it upside down until it's like dry and doesn't go anywhere anymore. So yeah, as you can see, it's like I turn it around just to just leave it on the table, but usually I store it upside down, so it doesn't take me 5 minutes to get any product out in the morning. Oh, sunscreen. My Sunset Sunscreen Moisturizing Face. I bought it and I was very adamant to use it every day, and living in Australia, you should be using sunscreen every day on your face. This was a recommendation from another fellow YouTuber. She loves it. I thought, yay, let's try this. This is when I introduced it. I think when you see the light shining through, I think we're here, but that's because I just literally don't use it. I can't get myself to use it. This one time I used it on top of my moisturizer and my face almost burned off. I don't know what it was, but it was like burning. I was like, ooh, maybe not. And then I keep forgetting it. I keep forgetting it. When I go for a hike with my partner, I use it, but I use it like all over my neck, all over my shoulders and my face, so I should use it. I know. And then the last product on my project pan. So this is actually can't really describe you what is this. This is made in Korea. My hairdresser sold it to me. It's a powder, a little fine powder that you emulsify with water. It's a aloe powder wash. She said you can literally use it everywhere. You can brush your teeth with it, you can use it in your intimate area, you can wash your hair with it. It's really good in killing bacteria, and it's apparently all natural. And what I do is I take another bit of this, emulsify it a lot, put it on my problem areas, which is my chin, and leave it there for 5 minutes. So it dries down, but what it does basically is it kills all the bacteria in your skin. So the first two washes are like just to get the makeup and the dirt and the oil off, and then once your face is basically clean and stripped, you use that on the base skin to kill the bacteria that is sitting in the pores, and it does work. I do not know what it is about this product, but it does work. My blemishes are better. My blemishes are better since I use the Clarisonic anyway, and the Ordinary products. I think I forgot to mark it. I can see. So this was the introduction. This is the first update, and when you look into the thingy, I think we're down to here. I think I forgot to mark it because it sends in the shower and I keep forgetting about this product in my project pan update. So we're down to here. I have it since November, so it's really, even though it costs 60 bucks, it will last you. Like, you will not need too much of it. So that's it. That's my project pan. Thank you very much for watching. I will be back with the next update, probably not next month, because as you've seen, I do not see progress that much. Follow me on my Instagram. I will always post there when I have any progress or when I declutter or when I have an empty. Thank you very much for watching. I see you in my next video. Bye.